probably the most important way to get out of our conditioning or out of our cage. And it's something that most people don't like to hear.
Nào gì ạ?
Bye everybody. Have a good day.
Love you. Love you, Daddy.
Love you too. Hello everybody. What a beautiful day today. So Kendra just took the kids to school. That means I have a lot more time for my hike today. And as you know already, it's very clear, very sunny. So I was thinking of a place that I've been wanting to go to for a while. If you want to see where this place is and join me on this journey, come follow me. Well, do you know where we are yet? Well, that makes two of us. I couldn't find parking, so I had to park somewhere else, a lot further away. So I'm not sure where the trail starts, but as always, let's go explore. So where are we? We're in Presidio, San Francisco. As you can see, the ocean's right behind me. I mentioned earlier that I've been wanting to come here for a while. Just didn't have the time. And it's a little bit of a longer drive, and plus I entered traffic, as you probably saw. Anyways, let me share some of the scenery with you. Battery Crosby. Now this is a structure that was built in 1900 to protect the underwater mines. And in World War II, they would put, it's a 6-inch disappearing rifles, so these big guns. And they use these guns to protect this area from anyone entering the harbor here. There's the Golden Gate Bridge, way over there. It's a very beautiful day, very beautiful hike. As I was driving over to this hike, I got stuck in a little bit of traffic. And I'd have to say that I didn't like it. So what appeared in my mind is, why didn't I like that? And for me, it's just thinking. I have some idea where I want to be and a time that I need to be there. And when the truth doesn't match what I wanted, it creates dissatisfaction. And I think all of us have that. That the truth of what's happening in the moment is not matching what we want. Kendra and I were talking about getting stuck. You know, both her and I are working from home now. And I was telling her how important it is for me to kind of get out of the house, go on a hike. I try to do that once a week. But just to get out of my element, get out of my world, it's very helpful. Because I think most of us get stuck. We can either get stuck in traffic, we can be stuck in a job, we can get stuck in a relationship, or maybe even get stuck in life. And for me, it really comes back to, why is it that we get stuck? I once read a story in the book called Dropping Ashes on the Buddha. And it was about a black bear who lived free in the wild, in the forest. And it had a pretty simple life. Slept most of the time. And when this bear wasn't sleeping, he was looking for food. Sometimes he would find food, sometimes he would not. And that was okay. And sometime later, there were people from a circus looking for animals. And they captured this bear to bring into the circus. And of course, this bear is not very happy about this, being out of its element. So these people at the circus are training the bear to do tricks, to do somersaults, other types of tricks. And when the bear would perform these tricks, this bear would get some food as a reward. This bear also lived in a very small cage when the circus was traveling. And the bear didn't do very much. It just walked back and forth in this cage and eventually got used to this situation, being in a very small cage. Several years later, there was some people who came into this circus late at night and released all of the animals that were captured. So this bear finally was free and eventually found its way back home to the forest that he lived in. But the situation was a little bit different because this bear started to get hungry. So this bear started to do tricks, doing somersaults, standing up, making little movements and things. And the other bears were looking at him going, "What are you doing?" And this bear said, "Oh, I'm doing tricks so I can get some food." And the other bear said, "You stupid rockhead. You can't get food by doing tricks. You have to get it on your own." So this bear got so used to this cage that he forgot about freedom. And I think all of us, if you're practicing meditation or Zen or not, all of us have a cage that we are trapped in. Maybe it's a parent cage. Maybe it's a work cage. Maybe it's a teacher cage. You might even be in a spiritual cage, a meditation cage. So the question is, how do we get out of this cage? Because this cage makes our mind very narrow, and we become very attached to this cage. We only want certain people to visit us, and we want some other people to go away. This is the definition of suffering. This is why we are not free, and this is why that we are stuck. There are a lot of remedies to get out of this cage or to get out of being stuck. One of them is to travel. When I was younger, I was able to travel a little bit, but especially when I was a monk, I was able to travel a lot. And it really took me out of my element, out of my situation, my comforts. It really opened me up to what's going on here. I have no idea what's happening. And I think that's very valuable, but a lot of people are not able to travel. So maybe even going on a hike. This is what Kendra and I were talking about earlier. Going on a hike, putting ourselves in a different situation, out of our conditioning and our cage. Another thing you can do is retreats. This is one reason why I appreciate retreats. So again, it puts us out of our comfort zone. We don't have our phones or computers. We don't have the foods that we really like. We don't have a TV to watch our favorite shows. And that is done on purpose to really help us look inside. And that may lead me to probably the most important way to get out of our conditioning or out of our cage. And it's something that most people don't like to hear. And that is, what is this thing that created this cage? How did this cage even appear? So in Buddhism and Zen, we can say, oh yeah, this cage is created by mind. But what does that really mean? It just means that our thinking, the holding of our thinking, fueling our thinking creates a cage, and it separates ourselves from this whole world. So if we really want to get to the source of the creation of this cage, getting to the source of being stuck, then we must let go of our thinking. So I made a video, I'll put the link down below. It's called How to Stop Your Thinking. I really recommend that you watch that, because it's really the way we can truly break free from our cage, break the walls of ourselves. All of us have some idea that we're holding about ourselves. We have some idea about this world. We're also maybe chasing something, wanting something that has nothing to do with the truth of this moment. So it's natural that we suffer. It's natural that we are dissatisfied. Some of you attended the Platform Sutra workshop that I hosted this last weekend. Now, if you weren't able to attend that workshop, I'm putting a link down below to the recording. But the teaching was from the sixth ancestor of Zen, Huineng. And his teaching was, what is impermanent is Buddha nature. What is permanent is the discriminating mind that holds all the good and bad dharmas. I think that's a very important teaching for all of us, because what it shows is Buddha nature just means this moment. This moment is never the same. Right now, the waves are coming in, birds are chirping, planes are flying by, always coming and going. But what we do make permanent is this discriminating mind. This is the mind of opposites. I like, I don't like. This is good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. This is the mind that holds an idea about ourselves and doesn't let go, so it's permanent. And this is where we get stuck. We have some idea about our lives or some idea about this world, and we hold on to it. We don't let go. This is permanent. So we get stuck in our cage. So if we truly want to be free from this cage, then we have to let go. But how do we let go right now in this moment? So I want to leave you with the question. The Buddha taught all dharmas, that means teachings, to save all the different types of minds. If you do not keep these minds, then what use is there for the Dharma? Those are my thoughts for the day. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this video. And how do you get out of this cage when you're feeling stuck? I'd be very curious in hearing from you. Okay, everyone, I hope you're all well, and I will see you very soon.